And we're live. Hi, everyone. For all of you who don't know us, and some of you are probably accustomed to seeing us here together, and some of you probably wondering what are these three women up to every single week. So, my name is Kamitra, and I'm here with Shivani and Rosa, and we are digital entrepreneurs who use the same platform to earn online. And we come on here all the time and we make it sound easy and nice and fancy and things like that. But the truth is, we started off probably exactly where you are in the corporate world, in a job. And between the three of us, we have experience. We have so many things in common in terms of why we chose to leave or to put ourselves in a position where we could leave, to give ourselves that choice, because the power of choice is something amazing, right? And if you don't have that, then you're basically allowing yourself to be stuck. So today we wanted to share some signs that's generally out there in the internet. If you even Google, is it time for change? But we wanted to share signs that we resonate with because it's personal to us in terms of why we were pushed into this decision. And we hope it can help you evaluate your life and see where you are at to see if you actually need a change. So who wants to go first in sharing some tips or points?
I guess me?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, that's a very tough decision for everyone because, I mean, we are always thinking that what if I made a move, but what if that things will not go as smooth as we believe or as we want, right? It is a very tough decision, but I always go back to the point where if you feel like you are fantasizing too much about contemplating the idea that you see yourself in a different place, that's a sign that you should not try to, okay, like shut up that voice. I mean, it's telling you something, and that's our intuition or our gut. And most likely when you follow your gut, you cannot go wrong with that. And what we are here is to discuss like what kind of signs most likely are telling you like please take the chance and go and follow a different path. So could be, for example, your health. So if you are in a job that is affecting your health, for example, myself, you see my face all the time is red. That's rosacea. I got rosacea because I had too much stress in my previous job. And this condition, it cannot be reversed, This will be with me. So far, I mean, since 2011, I am suffering of this and I've been able to find a solution. Probably I will never, but I shouldn't say that because now I am trying to understand the mind, and it's been said that we can, revert our health condition using our mind. So I am in the, in that thing. But that could be a point that you can take a look if your health is telling you, too much stress.
But you said health, right? And you're talking about body as in you're talking about your face or something physical. But health could also mean your mind, right? At the end of the day, if you are constantly overthinking and just feeling anxious and stressed because the thoughts just don't want to leave or they take over control of your life, that is also a sign of health issues, right?
Yeah.
When you find that everything becomes a battle, like waking up becomes a battle, doing just the simple things become a battle, you don't want to do anything.
Yeah,
that's a massive sign that your mental health and your physical health are not in the same place. And if you don't take heed of that alone, just that little stress alone will really weigh you down.
Yeah. And for example, another way that you can figure it out is first to consider if you see yourself doing the same thing but in a different company, then probably it's just a company that you need to make a shift. But if you conclude that still you are not happy doing what you are doing, no matter where you go, that's a signal that you have to consider another path. Yeah.
Yeah, Vishan says the mind is a powerful tool. Once we learn to master it and use it we can use it to our advantage. Very correct.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
But,
another thing.
you know,
Go ahead, Shivani.
Sorry, I was just going to say, you know, yes, there's all these other things, but at the very end of it, you know, the reality is we live in a world where we have obligations, we have things to do, and if you feel that actually the other side of this is that I'm in this company, I'm doing everything that I should be doing, but I still feel like there are others around me doing less and still making more. That's also a sign that maybe things are not exactly as amazing as they could be.
Yeah. And saying that actually allows that actually brings a lot of regret and envy in you. And sometimes as human beings, we are ashamed to even say, well, I feel envious of them, because we think that we're a bad person for it, right? But at the end of the day, we're just literally looking at what we do. We're literally comparing what we do to what they do and what they get, right? So it's normal to feel envy, but what you have to pay attention from that feeling is something is wrong, as in you probably need a change, because they are not treating you how you deserve to be treated, and that's not their fault, but you have the choice to move and find somewhere that actually does, right?
Or probably like you feel like the challenge that you had before when you started are not there anymore. So we need to have a certain level of challenge in a position in whatever company you are, because when you feel like there's no more challenge, means that you already reached the maximum point that you are there. You don't see any potential to growth, and because we are beings that we like to expand and grow, and suddenly we are stuck, that's not a good place to be. When we are stuck, we become like too comfort, and we know that the comfort zone, it's a beautiful place to be, but nothing grows there. So we feel like, okay, I am not growing here, and you know it very deep inside. We know we could be like a very easy peasy here, but deep inside we are not going to be happy because we are stuck. So that's another sign that you need to see, and you feel like you need to grow. So yeah.
And like, you want challenge, and everybody needs some challenge to grow and to stretch themselves, but you want to meet that challenge with positivity. If you're getting challenges and you're thinking, oh, here we go again, and you've got nothing to say other than, all the terrible things that can go wrong, and you can't see the positive side of this challenge, or you can't see the growth side of this challenge, then you've lost the challenge entirely, because it's not become a challenge anymore. It's just become drudgery and a burden. And then you've lost that edge of growing, because you're not going to be looking for those opportunities to make yourself better or to grow in the challenge. You're only going to be feeling like this challenge is here to trip you up, and this challenge is just wearing you down and grinding you down. So that's true though. How many times even in just normal life, you look at things and you think, oh, I can't be bothered to do this. But then the same situation presents itself and you're thinking, right, let's see how I can get this done.
Yeah.
And that's
Renewed
your
excitement,
positive
right?
outlook on it. Yes.
Another sign as well, and this is something that I experienced. I would continuously convince myself that it will get better. Even if I moved from company to company, and it's the same situations, I just would continuously say, no, it will get better. No, I'm grateful because I have a salary. No, I'm grateful because I have a job. And there are so many people in the world who don't have jobs and can't afford this, and I can, and I should be grateful. And at the end of the day, it took me a long time to realize I can be grateful for what I have, but I can also want more, and I could move into something that is nothing is wrong with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I think we tell ourselves that when you're ambitious and that you want to grow and that you want more, that's not a good thing. But actually, ambition and growth is normal. I mean, nothing in nature stays still. Everything grows. The seasons change, trees grow. Everything has a cycle of moving on and growing. And we guilt ourselves sometimes into feeling that, because I want to grow and because I have ambition and because I want more, I'm not grateful, like you said, or I don't, that's not fair to other people around. And that's not at all the truth.
So if you are ambitious, that nothing fulfill you, means that you are born to be a leader. You are born to own your own business.
Exactly.
And exactly, and that you just haven't found where you want to be, where you need to be. That's exactly it.
Okay,
And that's okay. Yeah.
It is okay, because you need to try everything in life, and then you already tried a corporate job. You find out that it's not for you, that you want to create a legacy for your family, for your kids, and exactly what we are doing here. I started this online business because I saw the potential. I saw the option that I could create and leave a legacy for my kids. I was working before, and I was in Taiwan, and in Taiwan, Asia, and Latin America, so much opportunity to do this trading thing, and to do the export, import, and I just felt like I am here. I should take advantage of where I am right now in my life, and I should figure out a way to create a business for me. And I never did it. I just wanted, but for reasons and excuses, because that's the proper name that I should say. Things is excuses. I didn't do it. And then when I saw this opportunity online, and that was the perfect thing for me at that moment in my life, I just jumped in. So my call is to be my own boss.
Yeah, exactly, right? Time and freedom is something that no one can pay you for, right? Your boss could never pay you for your time and freedom.
I feel like sometimes, though, it's a little bit of conditioning that we have, because for all of us, we didn't come from a situation where being an entrepreneur was the norm. So it was something relatively new. When, doing what we did, going into the corporate world, charting our path, for me especially, shattering the glass ceilings and climbing the corporate ladder, those were the things that were expected of you, the norms. So it was easier to follow that path. But when you're doing, something that's not normal, and a little bit different from the norm, it sometimes is a little bit harder, and you sometimes feel a little bit more worried about breaking that mold of yourself and really becoming who you want to be, because you're a little bit unsure. You don't have a pattern around you to go, maybe.
The world is changing, world is changing.
Yeah, definitely. And one of the good things about this, our business as well, is we don't want, like, if you're listening to us and you resonate with any one of our points, or deep down in your gut that we're saying something that they may have a point, At the end of the day, we're not asking you to leave your job at all.
No.
This system is built where you can check it out, a free workshop, just check it out to see even if you feel this is something you want to go further with, and then you can do this part-time until you decide you're comfortable to make that switch. We, three of us, have made that switch, but we made it at different times in our lives for different reasons, because we had to do what suited our lives. And that's the best thing about this, as in, it's not something where we're asking you to drop your job and change it. It's something, just be open to change, because if you feel in any way how we felt, then maybe you need change. And hey, this could be for you, it could not be for you, it couldn't as well, right? At the end of the day, but the only way you'd ever know is to check it out.
To see it.
I think the most important takeaway from this, if you feel any one of these things, that you're not alone. So don't feel so strange and feel like, oh my God, something's wrong with me because nobody else around me in my immediate circle feels this way. You're not alone, because we all have those challenges when we started. That thing in your head that says, well, like what I'm saying, you wanted a little bit more. You couldn't quite figure out exactly what it was, but you knew you wanted to be more, do more, just more.
Yeah, it's completely fine.
Yeah, it's normal. It's actually normal. And I think, even though Shivani said some people in your circle mightn't feel like that, I think some of them might, and they as well probably feel the same way, where they can't share that they do. You just never know.
Secretly.
So,
yeah.
All right, so I think we covered quite a few points, where if any of you all resonate with any of it, we do offer a free workshop where you can check it out and see if this could be the change that you need in your life. And today is Tuesday.
Tuesday.
So that means we actually go live tonight and share with you guys. So if you're interested in finding out more, just head up to the top of our pages. There's a learn more button. When you click it, it'll take you to our individual websites. All you need to do is plug in your name, email, and check your email for further instructions. So check it out. It costs nothing. It's just 90 minutes. Invest 90 minutes of your time. That could just potentially change your entire life. And we hope to see you on the inside. Take care until then.